Hi everyone, it's Jenny with Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. Of course, we're always going to be on Facebook at Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House, or you can watch all our videos and hang out with us on Instagram at Joey143Jenny. That's where we're at today. So I'm back with this little mini journal, and I'm going to cover today this Poptart cover, the cover of it. I'm using a Poptart box, so I can get 2 journals out of 1 box. That's going to be fun. And, the fun thing about it is you could just leave it like this. I mean, how fun is that? A kid would love that, wouldn't they? I did add a few extra things. I have some old Monopoly money, an old cash starter tally or what have you. What else did I add? Oh, this is some plastic out of a cereal. What cereal comes in, I just wash it, with, usually I just go over it with water and a paper towel. Sometimes I'll use a baby wipe, depending on what I think it needs. What else did I put in here? I added this little piece of, I think, tracing paper. So maybe someone that's watching will know. At an estate sale, I found 3 of these tablets, and they're very, very see-through. And I've never, it looks like tracing paper, but I've never seen tracing paper in a little tablet like this. And then it has a red line, a red one in the middle and at the end. So I don't know what it is. If anybody knows what these were used for, I'd love to know. But I loved the paper. I loved how see-through it was. I thought it would be fun in here, so I put it in there too. And then I also found, I have an old receipt book I got at an estate sale. Oh, here it is. And I tore one of those out. Okay, so before we stitch in, let's go ahead and cover it. Pull this all out. It's going to be chunky for sure. It is going to be chunky. We'll pull it out. We'll get it all organized later here. Okay, so I'm going to use this as the front cover. Oh, and then on the inside, I'm going to use, I think this is what I'm going to do. We'll find out, won't we? These are journal cards from one of the kits that Junk Journal Diego has. Here it is again. And he has the wildflower tags, and then which is 4 different sheets. And then he also has the wildflowers on their own in a digital kit. So I really, really love them. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use these for the front and the back. And I meant to find another piece to go down the center. So I might just, if we get this far, I'll pause and go down the center. But I don't want to put the center on until, I mean, I might overlap these a little bit, but I don't want to put it on until after we sew in the signature, because I want to kind of secure it with that. Okay, let's get started. Let's get this on. I did get a little bit of batting. You don't have to use batting, but I thought I'd see what, since it's going to be a chubby book, I thought, well, let's see what it's going to be like with some batting with it. So let's get started. And I'm going to leave a little space because I'm going to probably sew around the edge. Okay. And I'll leave a little room there so that my sewing machine won't be too unhappy about it. And I'm not going to be concerned if this is a little shy. It's not. I was going to say I won't be concerned if it's a little shy because I'm going to sew it down anyway. So all right, so there we go with that. And I am gonna, if I have anything left over, I'm gonna, over the edges, I'm gonna cut it down. It's easier to do it now than, you know, when you get that other layer on there. And you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to shore this up. I was going to measure it and shore it up. So I'm just going to have to eyeball it. Oof, doesn't look great, but I think it'll do. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Sometimes when you put more junk on it, you know, it works out. Somehow it works out. Okay, now on the front, do I want it like this? Or do I want it like this? And keeping in mind, I'm going to have something over the bridge anyways. I do like that better. Let's go ahead and put it down. And I'm hoping my fabric's not really big enough, so I don't know if this is actually gonna work. We may try to find something to put on this and then put these down. We'll see. Okay, here we go. The second this hits this batting, it wants to drag all those fibers. Yuck. Let me grab my little makeup thing here. I got this makeup thing, I believe, at the Dollar Tree. Oh my gosh, come on, get off of there. Okay. Let me just get that off real quick. I'm sure we'll get more on in a minute, but that'll give us a little head start of not having too big of a mess. Just smearing it a little bit because I don't want it to seep through this fabric. Okay. I'm just gonna go just this side of the middle because I'm gonna put something down the middle. So okay, so oftentimes you could get a piece of fabric that was big enough to wrap around, which is really ideal, but I didn't have scraps for that. So we may have to piecemeal some stuff. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I am the queen of piecemeal, I can tell you that. I'll just keep adding and adding. Okay, let's clean that off again. All right. And smush it out. So I hope everybody's having a really good day. I hope that you're staying nice and cool in these summer months. We're into August now, and can be quite warm. Okay, that feels good. Feels good. Okay, let me pause and see if I can find some other fabric, and maybe we'll do a wrap around somehow. Hold just one moment. Okay, I'm back, and just in that short time you can see that this did kind of seep through, so hopefully once that dries you won't be able to see it. Okay, so I did grab this. I think it's kind of fun. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and take this off all the way around. And then I'm going to just add that to the sides, top and bottom. Okay. All right. Yeah, so hopefully this is what I try to avoid. I don't know if you can see that little bleed. It hasn't bled through yet, but you can tell that it wants to. Okay, so let's take, this is nice because it's in rows, you know, and you can just cut kind of a straight line by the row, which that is just about perfect. So let's go, I'm going to go a little bit wide so we have enough on the inside. And I really like to iron. I don't like it to be messy like that. Excuse me. So we'll take one more. Oh gosh. Let me get that off and then take another one. That one I got a little chewed up. Or maybe it won't matter since we're going to put the... Hopefully it'll be big enough that these will cover. Okay, now this side. Or do I want to go like this? Using the salvage. I think I'm going to tear it. Okay. And then we'll go middle of that, middle of that. Okay. Let's go right about here. All right, I'm going to take it to the ironing board and just iron these so that they're a little nicer. Now let's see here. So this will go like this, and like this, and like this. Where's that other one? Probably on the floor. Huh. What in the world? Am I doubled up somewhere? Do you see it? Oh, it's on the floor. Okay. Well, anyways, I'll grab that. We'll put it on this side. Then what we'll do is we'll glue it and turn it, and then we'll put these on. So down the center, we'll still use a different one. We'll use something a little bit different. I'll see if I can't find something real quick. Okay. All right. I'll be right back. Okay, so what I did was I took each of those little pieces of fabric and I just turned under a little bit since I wasn't great at cutting. And then I also found a scrap of this was probably like a dresser runner or a doily of some sort, and I'll use that for the spine. So while I was on pause, I went ahead and glued down the sides, and then whoopsie, and then started to glue the bottom and the top. So this is kind of what it looks like right now. And and then I'm gonna sew it. So some of this it looks kind of like it's not secure, will be a little bit more secure. So let's go ahead and do the top. And this is just, a way that piecing things, I mean, that's part of a junk journal. Like, these are just scraps that I have. Um, I I don't even know where I got them. You know me with my buying, if I see, a Ziploc bag for sale at a thrift store or at a flea market with fabric in it, chances are I'm going to buy it because, well, one, I love fabric, but secondly, I mean, I rarely find something that I've had before. It's so funny how that works. But I will tell you, I was going through some of my scraps yesterday, doing another project, and I found where someone had started some quilt pieces and, hadn't put them together, just like it looked like it was going to be like a wedding ring quilt block. So they had tiny little pieces and then it was on a curve. Well, one of the tiny little squares was the same fabric that I had made my oldest daughter, the one that just turned 40, that I had made her an outfit out of when she was a little girl. So that was super fun. So I saved it out to put in my journal. So, all right, let's see how far that's going to go down. About to here. Okay. Hopefully the majority of the inside will be covered. Not all of it, but some of it will be covered with the pretty little cards that got from the kit, wildflower kit. Okay. Anyways, you could leave it plain cardboard, draw a picture on it, paint it, whatever. I mean, I just thought it'd be fun to use a bunch of scraps. And if you get a stain on something or a hole in one of your shirts or a skirt or what have you, and you're going to toss it anyways, gosh, you might as well save some of the fabric if you liked it enough to make a shirt out of it, or buy a shirt or what have you. You might enjoy a journal cover out of it. All right. Okay, I'm going to let that sit for a second. And let that sit just for a second. And while I do, I'll show you what my thoughts were. More than likely, I'll have to cut this because this is going to go on after the signature is sewn in. So it'll be more like this. I think it'll be fine. And we'll cut it after we get it on there. So, all right. I wonder if it's good enough to sew through. Feels a little damp. We could put these on. Let's do that. Let's do that. So I want to go, I'm going to go just below, let's get my pencil out. I'm going to go right to here and right to, well, I think I'm going to, let's go up a little bit. Oh, wait a second. Okay, I got to get my bearings here. I don't want it to be all the way to the top, so I'm going to cut it about right here and about right there. And then I'll try to match that with the other one. So we'll just do that while that's taking a minute to dry. Can I find my spot? Yeah. Okay. Put that in my scraps. Scraps. All right, let's just look here real quick. So it's going to go all the way over to the middle like that. I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be okay. We'll probably maybe leave a little smidgy of it just to allow for the signature. So I'll come up to about like that. Okay. All right, let's see how this is doing. So around the edges feels pretty good. So these aren't really going to go on the edges. So we can go ahead and get those down. Better get a blue page. And I'm using the Fabri-Tac just because I'm going to be, we're kind of gluing on fabric too. Otherwise, I really feel like this paper to that cardboard would have been fine with art glitter glue. Okay, make sure has words on it, so I just want to make sure I've got it right. Okay. It's busy. I had one friend tell me that she enjoys, you may have seen this comment on Instagram, she enjoys the videos and such, but she thinks my style is a little too busy. And the good news is that these are mainly techniques, so you could, easily adapt this to whatever your style is. I have so many styles. Some reason I just keep falling to the vintage things, but yeah, I have a lot of different styles. Okay. If I had thought ahead, I could have put maybe some washi there. What do I have I could put there? Maybe some lace or something. All right, let me grab some lace. Hold on just one sec. Okay, I got my scrap bucket. See if there's a little piece that would go. I mean, that would be fine like that, but wouldn't it be nice if it was the full length? Is that the same? Little pieces. I think I probably got those at Kathy's. She let me go through her, she let me go through her scraps, her different laces and stuff, and I just took about this size of everything that I could get my hands on. So okay, here's a good one. There we go. This old doily. Perfect. Perfect. Am I at here? So hopefully that won't make it too thick. Okay, alrighty. I think I cut it a little long, so we'll start down here to tack it down. And just a thin bead down the side here, because we don't want it to come up, because it's really only might meet the sewing machine at the top, and that's about it. Well, we're using a lot of scraps. That's fun. A little paper towel here. Trying to get it straightened out. All right. Yeah. A little bit pokes out the top and the bottom, and that's fun. Okay. Alrighty. What do I do with the lid? Okay, it's over there. All right. Put this aside. Put this aside. Tidy up just a smidge so I can get the sewing machine. Get all this off of this thing. That's what's so great about this silicone brush when you use it to smear glue, is it just comes right off. All right, get all that put away, out of the way. Pencil back. Okay, I think it's going to be, dry enough that we could go ahead and sew. Grab the sewing machine. I still just have the black in it, but that's going to be just fine. Okay, so here's the front, and I'm going to start at the back. Where do I want to start? I think I'm going to start right here. Okay, I'm in a blind spot here. Let's see. And I think I'm just going to do a straight stitch because there's so much going on. That didn't sound good. I hope my bobbin's behaving. This little sewing machine, I've told you, I mentioned before when we were sewing that, I don't know, I probably got it at Walmart or Joann or something like that, for like 79 or 99 or, they have versions. I've had it for years now, but they have versions like it that are newer versions that have just a little bit more, like stitches and stuff. And I see them for like $129, and then Joann sometimes will have a coupon online for like 40% off or something like that. I bought my granddaughter one for Christmas one year and didn't pay hardly anything. It's so worth it. I mean, it's something that, if you're, I could sew clothes on it. I don't know that I would get as nice a finish as some other sewing machines, but it will definitely get you by. If you don't have a sewing machine and you need one, I say it would definitely get you by. Now, you could also, you know, get used ones and then take it over to your quilting or sewing place and have them, you know, freshen it up and oil it and clean it and all that. So that's also an option. Okay. All right, so we've got it made, and it pops open. That's okay because it's going to be fat anyways. And then we're gonna put a ribbon around it, you know, to tie it closed. So let's get that Dollar Tree book that I use as a cradle, and let's get all my little bookbinding things and our signature. Get everything. Everything doesn't have to be in the middle. Remember, I like to try to catch little things in the middle or on one of the ends. Well, I don't know how that's going to work with this one, so we're going to see. So I have some up and I have some down. So just want to, I'm kind of staggering them a little bit because I think maybe that'll distribute the chunkiness a little. So I think those are all good. Okay. Okay. And then I just really want to make sure I get them, you know, get a good, what am I trying to say? Get that middle really nice. Now I'm going to take this one out and cut it down. I don't know why, but it seemed like it was poking up. It looks like I can cut it a little bit on this side without messing anything up. Okay. All right, so now let's just readjust a little bit. Okay. Very good. Now let's get these on. These are really good, or I do use, sometimes I use, you know, big paper clips, like gigantic ones. But this is so chunky, I just don't know. I think these little clamps are going to work better. So I'm kind of holding it a little bit like this just to make sure that everything kind of gets set in there in the center. So you don't want anything bunching. And I kind of had a feeling that this middle page was going to crack. So quick, a little bit of washi down the center. We're back in business. Go over that pretty little basket of flowers, but that's what happens. I had a feeling about this. Could also glue it to another piece of paper to reinforce it too, which is truthfully probably better because the front will still think it needs to crack. Oops, can't get that tape off me. But at least it'll be reinforced. Okay, all right, back to business. All right, so I like to kind of put it, you know, in, oh, I don't know, what would you call this, a 35-degree angle? 130-degree angle, is that more like it? Okay. The more pages you have, the more fiddly. So this one has, you know, if this was a big journal, you'd be like, wowza. I mean, it'd be huge. It's still huge, being little, but, you know, we can handle it because it's little. So, okay, now let's get our thread. I think I'm going to use this again since it's here. If I can find the end, there it is. And here's my needle. I always put a piece of thread on it so I can find it easily. So just unwind this just a little bit. We're going to go 3. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty. And get my awl. I'm going to thread this needle because once I poke the holes out, I know myself I'll want to get on it and get this in. Okay. There we go. All right, so I'm taking this book that I've tore pages out of, and I just use it to cradle, and I kind of bump it up against me a little bit, like that. And then I'm going to use this. I'm going to go down the center, poke straight down the center, and I always like to give it a couple of twists. And then I'm going to go an inch up. Yeah, about an inch up from the end. And hopefully, an inch up on this side. And hopefully that will catch most of the little pieces twice. Okay. Oof. So I'm going to keep this handy because to help me see through this batting, because that's going to be hard to see through when we come back that way. Okay, so I'm going to keep that. All right, so I'm going to go through the middle. I'm going to grab my little, I don't know what these are, little jewelry things. I don't even know if those are the right ones, but give me a little help there. And I'm going to pull it through, just leave a little tail, and I'm going to hold it. I'm going to come, I see this little hole here. Go through that, hopefully. Again, if you push your book together a little bit, you'll be able to locate where you have that hole. So come up. Whoopsie. Okay, and then I'm going to pull it the direction it came towards, and then towards where it's going. Now this one I'm going to go back through here, but I don't want to split that one or I won't be able to get it tight, if that makes sense. Okay, pull the direction it came from and then going. Okay, and so I barely see that hole, so hopefully it'll go through. Oops. Okay. Go back through here. There it is. All right. That helps me a little bit There we go. So now I can kind of see where I need to go. I can get through it. Huh. Come on. I feel like it only has a couple of papers to go through. For some reason, it's getting a hold up. There we go. I just keep wiggling it a little bit. Okay, now I want to make sure that the outside is nice and tight. That looks pretty tight. And then I'm going to pull these. I do like to, you don't have to rethread for this, but my hands will, I kind of, sometimes it gets in the way with tiny stuff, little stuff. So I'm just going to use this and I'm just going to slide it under there. You see there? So it's just one on each side, kind of. And then pull tight. And I'm going to tie me a good knot a couple of times. There. And I'm going to leave it, I'm going to leave a little hanging. I don't know quite what I'm going to do with it, but I don't need it that long. Okay. All right. Oopsie. We're almost done. Put this back. Put this back. If I can quickly. Yep. Right. A place for everything, everything in its place. All right. Okay, now let's put this on here. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, that's not the right one. I wonder I can't get it open. That one's the one that's stuck and I keep forgetting to run hot water over it. Okay, so I'm going to just go along this because I would like it to stay down quite, you know, really well. Typically I would put this on the other side. But I'm not real sure how I'm gonna know where that curve is. Oh, what in the world? Got that all over me now. So let me get that silicone brush again. Just kind of dabbing it to so it's not too clumpy, and hopefully it won't bleed through. Ugh. Hope not. Okay. I am gonna cut these off. That had a little bit of glue on it. I keep little alcohol swabs in my craft room. I might keep those. Those are kind of cute. In my studio here to wipe down my scissors, so I'll have to do that. Okay. All right, now one more quick pause, and I'm going to grab a ribbon, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I grabbed my little alcohol pad. My mother-in-law put a bunch of these in my stocking at Christmas last year, so I thought that was a good idea. So yeah, if you have a crafter and you're doing a stocking for them, little things like this are fun to put in because you can keep things nice and clean right away. You know, without, you could have an alcohol bottle and some cotton too, but I find this to be very handy. Keep everything nice and clean. All right. Good, good, good. Okay, so I found this scrap. Well, first let's just look at it because it's so cute. It feels great. Feels great. We'll look at the signature. See how we caught it. This one we caught twice. So that's good. That was probably the smallest one. It folds out. You can write here. That's a sheet or a tablecloth or something. Fun. This is just fun. You could put stickers on that or something, you know, something you want to later remove if you wanted to. Definitely room to write and a lot of fun places for you to glue cutouts. You know, if you save things from magazines, it's fun to put that. It's a little wobbly because of the lack of integrity of that paper. Or did I not get that tight enough? I'll check it in a little bit. Anyways, yeah, so there's the back portion. Fun. Turned out those added a nice touch. Let's see here. See if I can get that tied. Ugh, my fingers. I've got glue on them. They're chapped. Not really chapped, they're just rough. I've been gardening all day. I'm going to cut that at an angle and hopefully some of that fraying, some of that fraying will stop. I think it turned out super cute. Super cute. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a great fun way to use your scraps. It's a fun way to use up a Pop-Tart box and a great way to put little stuff in. All right, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out. That was a lot of fun. I might add some rickrack or something on that. I don't know. So just remember, we pray blessings over you, and we just want you to know that you're so loved. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing and all your friendships, the sweet, sweet comments that you leave, and we're so grateful for it. Hope you all have a great rest of the day. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.